Prepare to be amazed by the extraordinary encounter that left a lasting impression on one man during his journey as a truck driver. Today's captivating story unveils the mesmerizing events and showcases the remarkable response of our protagonist, leaving you in awe. Get ready to witness a truly mind-blowing experience that touched numerous hearts and forever imprinted itself on the memory of this exceptional individual. On this particular day, Milton Rodriguez was on his way to load his truck for his next big haul. It was a scorching hot day, being around 40 degrees centigrade, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. In the scorching heat of Brazil, Milton found solace in his air-conditioned truck, feeling grateful for the relief it offered. However, his thoughts were interrupted by a peculiar sight, a creature darting across the road. With its slender legs and a vibrant reddish coat, Milton, an ardent animal lover, instantly recognized it as a maned wolf. Although he had never witnessed one in person before, its distinctive features left no room for doubt. Filled with excitement, he promptly pulled over to capture this incredible moment through photographs, eager to share it with his family. Little did Milton anticipate that his encounter would take an unexpected turn. As he brought his truck to a halt, the exhausted, maned wolf sought refuge underneath the vehicle, seeking respite in its only shade. Faced with this situation, Milton found himself at a crossroads, uncertain of what actions to take. What unfolded next will leave you astonished, as Milton's response was far from what anyone could have predicted. It makes a lot of sense that Milton Rodriguez had never seen a maned wolf in the wild before. They are almost extinct in some places, and considered threatened in other areas of South America where it is from. Helping even one of these animals is really important, but they can be considered dangerous, and that is why many people wouldn't go out of their way to ensure their safety. These animals look slightly like a fox, and since they're called maned wolf, it makes sense that you would think they are related to either one of these animals, but they aren't. They are a complete unique species that would make it even worse if we were to lose these incredible creatures completely. These creatures, who are also called skunk wolves, thanks to their very distinct odor, have been threatened by people's ignorance. They were hunted because people believed that they were a danger. For a long time, farmers and others thought that they would prey on cattle, sheep, chickens, or other animals that they kept as livestock, but that has been proven to be wrong. These are timid animals that will only attack when cornered and when they have no other choice. Instead, they prefer to flee rather than confront danger. Another reason these stunning creatures were hunted was that people believed that their eyes were lucky, and they have killed them to get their eyes. It is really sad and fairly creepy too, but luckily these myths have been dispelled, and hunting maned wolves, fortunately, doesn't happen as often as it used to. But since Milton knew that maned wolves are so shy, that's what made this encounter so strange. Instead of running away as these animals normally do, it took shelter underneath the truck. It was clear that the animal needed a lot of help. Thanks to educational efforts, maned wolves aren't hunted as often anymore. The biggest danger they face is being run over by a car. Milton wanted to get the maned wolf away from the road, and to safety first, along with the help of a friend and coworker that was with him. Sebastian Milton got the maned wolf into the back of the truck, which was luckily empty and had plenty of space. The plan was that they would take the animal to a safe place and then release it then it could run free, have shade, and be far away from any cars that might injure it. They helped to get the animal to a grassy area by driving it there and then unloading it from the truck. Maned wolves prefer the grasslands. It is their natural habitat, and in that heat, he would need all of the shade that it could get. These areas can feel a lot cooler than others since there is so much shade, but even then, as soon as he was off the truck, the massive animal just laid down in the shade and did not move. He was completely exhausted and in dire need of help. It was heartbreaking to see such a fearsome creature appearing to be so broken down. Many people would have just walked away. Milton had already done his best to get the maned wolf to an area with more shade and away from vehicles. For many, that would have been enough. But Milton has a unique and heartwarming belief system, as he explained to Sebastian in the video of the incident. He believed that humans have to treat animals in need with compassion and care. He also went on to show his contempt for hunters who just killed animals for sport, like the hunters who killed those panthers since they just killed these animals because they could, not because they needed food or sustain their families, but instead because it made them feel powerful. Milton's deep-rooted empathy for innocent animals propelled him to denounce any act of cruelty, deeming it repulsive and unimaginable for him. He firmly believed that if one possesses the ability to help, they should go above and beyond to do so. Milton embraced a philosophy of assisting rather than destroying nature, advocating for a harmonious coexistence with the environment. While many of us share these sentiments, we may not always be willing to put our lives on the line to uphold our beliefs. However, Milton proved himself to be an exception. His heroic actions were captured in a video that captivated millions, evoking tears and earning him accolades as an animal hero worldwide. After rescuing the maned wolf from the dangers of traffic and guiding it to safety, Milton felt compelled to do more. He couldn't bear the thought of leaving the incredible creature on the brink of death without further assistance. Gazing into the desperate eyes of the animal, he sensed an urgent plea for help. With determination, Milton resolved not to disappoint the creature before him. Although the maned wolf, despite being the largest canine in South America, resembled a feeble newborn at that moment, it was well known that injured or desperate animals often pose the greatest danger. Even in their vulnerability, they might lash out to protect themselves. Aware of the risks involved, Milton's focus remained solely on the creature before him, disregarding his own safety. In the video, Milton explained to Sebastian that feeding the animal was not an option they could consider. This decision underscored Milton's commitment to the well-being and preservation of the maned wolf, prioritizing its long-term welfare over temporary relief. In a moment of weakness, they faced a dilemma of how to help the maned wolf without causing further harm. Feeding it could potentially worsen its condition, so they hesitated to take that risk. However, there was one way they could offer assistance, even if it meant putting everything on the line. Milton grabbed a helmet and filled it with water from the truck. Braving the danger, he approached the exhausted maned wolf, cradling its head and offering a drink. Astonishingly, instead of attacking, the grateful creature eagerly lapped up the water provided by Milton. Sebastian aided the effort by shuttling back and forth between the truck and the maned wolf, replenishing the helmet with water. With each sip, the animal's thirst gradually subsided, requiring numerous helmets of water. Slowly, Milton released the wolf's head and stepped back, tension filling the air. Would their efforts suffice? Could the animal turn hostile? Suddenly, the maned wolf leaped to its feet, displaying newfound energy. It gazed at the two men before heading towards the wooded area that had led it there. With joy in their hearts, they watched as the wolf disappeared into the safety of the woods, exchanging a triumphant high five for a job well done. Sebastian and Milton returned to their truck and resumed their work, knowing that they had made a tremendous impact on a life. We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments section. What course of action would you take if you encountered an animal in dire need? Your insights are valuable to us. Thank you for your participation.